Hey Deidaa, members of Deidaa Mail Club. So, love is in the air. So it's finally upon us. We are just a few hours from the all important Valentine's Day. And I had promised that I would share some tips and tricks with you. Tips on how to have a splendid Valentine's Day without, burning a hole in your pocket, without spending oodles of money. You can still have a great experience, and vice versa. Doesn't mean that if you spend a lot of money, you get a wonderful experience. At times, there are uh, Valentine's Day disasters. Maybe the restaurants are booked out or they are overcrowded, so much so that you can listen to not only your Valentine conversation, but the Valentine conversation that's happening on the next table. So I would give you a few tips as to how you can celebrate Valentine's Day. Perhaps just using things that are lying around or doing free events, doing free outings. So let's jump on because I like to keep this Facebook Live to about, say, 15 minutes. Don't want to go beyond that. Uh, so my first tip and my most favorite, and I do this very often with my partner, we can just book a hamper, a picnic hamper, and go out, go to the beach. Thankfully, we are in a country where where we are never far away. We are never very far off from a beach. So we have 12,000 beaches in Australia. So we have quite a variety to select from. And take my word, I have traveled around quite a bit. I have been to the fancy Venice and the Manhattan beaches. But if you ask me, my own Karam Beach is my pretty much private slice of heaven. It's not well known. Thank you for that. Suits me fine. It's not, it's not a hot and happening place, but I can assure you it's a beautiful beach. So if you are in the vicinity, if you are close to Karam Beach, then it's one of my favorite spots. I'd recommend Karam Beach to all of you. Otherwise, as I said, 12,000 beaches. Where else would you be so lucky? Or you could go to the reserves or the parks, find a nice spot, um, take some, pack a picnic hamper, like take some marinated meat, seafood, even veggies if it works for you. So just put them on skewers and make use of one of the public barbecues. Um, uh, just ensure that you reach early because on festivals, on special occasions like Valentine's Day, like Christmas, these barbecues get booked out pretty fast, in the sense that if you once you when you reach there, you would realize that they've already been taken by others. After all, it's open to public. So be nice and early, find a nice spot, take a picnic hamper, take a picnic rug, and I assume the weather would be good tomorrow, at least in Melbourne. So make the most of your Valentine's Day without batting an eyelid or even spending a fair bit of money. Doesn't require much, just a little bit of effort and just finding that right spot. So that's my tip number one. My tip two is, why not have a, like, we love going to the movies on Valentine's Day, but you can create your own home theater. So if you have a couple of recliners, maybe a nice bowl, like you can have a some homemade popcorn, delish. So I have a bowl which is in the shape of a rose, and that suits the Valentine's theme to tea. So I would fill it up with popcorn, and then if you have a cake stand, you can have some chocolates, strawberries, those kind of knickknacks, So which makes your Valentine's Day quite special. A little gift, yeah, something like maybe a clutch bag from Deidaa, or little bits and pieces, and then maybe a romantic comedy like Valentine's Day, like Pretty Woman. I don't know if you'll get Marry Me on Netflix, or the new one, the new Jennifer Lopez movie. But if not, I think Valentine's Day will do, and Pretty Woman is my all-time favorite. So just a movie on the telly, on the screen, and your own bowl of popcorn, recliners, something to snuggle up, maybe a throw or something like that. So, snuggle together, and that'll be a wonderful, uh, you know, at home DIY home theater event. So, whoever is giving me that thumbs up, thank you so much. So, I hope you are planning to do a home based, like a DIY home theater. If not, then if you have any tips, your own tips, you might share that in the comments below. So it's just not me, but I'm pretty sure some of you Didarati, you might be having wonderful ideas. So just share those with all of us. You can mention in the comments. So that's my first tip, a picnic. My second tip, a home theater. My third tip, breakfast in bed. I just love that. Now, how would you not like maybe a breakfast tray in the morning with some home baked, like muffins or croissants, maybe a little love note, uh, a Valentine's card, even a handmade card. Uh, and then, someone brings it to you with a freshly brewed, like a teapot full of some freshly brewed tea, coffee, whatever works for you. I am an Earl Grey snob. So, but if Earl Grey doesn't work for you, if it's a morning cup of coffee, so someone gets coffee and muffin to you um, on a breakfast tray, and that's your Valentine's wake up. Like, it's in the morning, this is your Valentine's wake up. How good would be that? So, that's my tip three, breakfast in bed. The other thing you can do is probably, how about having a housework free? Oh my God, couple of hearts. Thank you. Thanks so much. So the other thing you can do is um, housework free Valentine's Day or any day. Vouchers you could exchange, for maybe your Valentine doing the dishes or doing the vacuuming, cooking dinner. So maybe, if you receive a few vouchers like that, or your children giving you a surprise. So my Valentine does all of that anyway. He does the dishes and the vacuuming and the gardening, taking rubbish out. So he is my forever Valentine. So bless him. But yes, if you get a little notepad that's full of vouchers that you could exchange, um, you know you could exchange a voucher for a household chore, and it gives you some free time, some me time. How about that? Isn't that a nice Valentine's gesture? And when it comes to roses, I'd rather that I always receive rose plants. So I prefer plants to flowers, because plants can create lasting memories, whereas flowers, they'll obviously die and end up as rubbish in the landfill. I'm actually working with someone who's processing flowers, into discarded flowers, into something very interesting, but more about that later. Today, it's all about Valentine's Day. Now, the other thing you can do is you can look for, scout around, shop around for free things happening within the city, or maybe in regional towns, like how I went to the Latino festival last weekend, and I uh, uploaded snippets from there. I was live from the Latino festival. Now, it was absolutely free. I didn't spend a penny. So maybe you can shop around for festivals, for events, maybe art galleries where they have, at times they have exhibits that are open to public at no cost whatsoever. And at times you stumble upon absolute nuggets, absolute gems if you shop around. How about Geelong Art Gallery? So I think they are showing the Archibald Prize winners right now. So And it's not just that, but I must mention that I have big news coming out of Geelong. I'll only talk about that next week. But yes, art galleries, museums, parks, Carlton Gardens, for instance, it's one of my favorites. The two botanical gardens in Melbourne, they are fabulous, especially the one at Cranbourne. It's got like different themed kind of, flora and fauna. So it's bushwalks, it's desert. So and it's at no cost, so it's free. It's very unusual. It's different to the main botanical gardens, which is close to the city. Sydney Botanical Gardens is also spectacular. I spend a lot of time in botanical gardens because, as you know, many of Deidaa's products, especially Deidaa's Australia scarves, are inspired by nature. So here you go. I have given you 5 splendid tips. So the first one, picnic. The second one, home theater. The third one, breakfast in bed. The fourth one, housework free day. Wonderful, isn't it? Sounds so good. And the fifth one, any event, any art gallery, any museum, any exhibition that's free, open to public, so you can scout around within Melbourne, Sydney, the bigger metropolitan cities, or you can go beyond. At times, I have found absolute gems in regional towns, small regional towns, and they're so friendly and welcoming. So, Diderati, those are my 5 tips for Valentine's Day. Now, if you have left Valentine's Day shopping till the end, you can DM us, because at this point parcels will not reach you by tomorrow, even if I use a drone or something. Maybe if I use a drone, but I don't have that facility. But you can DM me. I can organize a gift voucher. And if you still want to shop on Valentine's Day, our buy two get one offer is ending tomorrow at midnight. So this is a very rare thing, very rare offer. So make use of the offer while it lasts. So tomorrow is the last day, and it comes with all the extras. We don't take away anything. So it's still Australia-wide free shipping. It's $20 flat fee for all international parcels. And I had such beautiful comments coming from international shoppers, members of Diderati who are in Switzerland, who are in different parts of the world. So yes, we do both national and international, and we will have your Valentine's gift wrapped for you in recycled paper. We will include your love note, and we will send it to your designated address. So all of that is always free, complimentary with Deidaa, but it's on request, so you have to tell us. So this is me, Samita, on the eve of Valentine's Day. I hope you have a splendid Valentine's Day tomorrow. Have a blast, and you can just spend it with your Valentine, or if you are single, you can round up your Galentines and have a splendid Valentine's Day high tea party. Basically, it's about having fun, celebrating people who are so close to you one way or another. So that's me, Samita, signing off. I'll see you tomorrow next week. Sorry, I'll see you next week on Sunday, and I have big news for you next Sunday, but all of that comes later. So bye for now, Diderati. Happy Valentine's, happy Galentine's Day. This is Samita signing off. Bye for now.